If it was your job to eat a frog, the best thing you could do is to eat it first thing in the morning. And if it was your job to eat 2 frogs, it's best you eat the biggest one first. You probably clicked on this video after looking at the thumbnail and title and thinking, why is this guy telling me to eat a frog? Like, what's his deal? And I can admit that sounds pretty crazy, but I'm here to say the reason you need to eat that frog is because the majority of us tend to overestimate how much we can actually get done in a given day or a allotted period of time. So if you're somebody that struggles with procrastination, you feel overwhelmed by your to-do list, you're not even sure which tasks to actually prioritize, then my friend, you need to eat more frogs. But I'm pretty sure it would be helpful if I was to explain what exactly I mean by that. So Eat That Frog is a productivity method that was coined by Brian Tracy, who's a productivity consultant, who famously heard Mark Twain say, if the first thing you do each morning is to eat a live frog, you can go through the day with the satisfaction of knowing that it's probably the worst thing that is going to happen to you all day long. Your frog is the most important task that you need to get done on any given day, and it's something that you might be procrastinating on or pushing back to the back of your diary. I know I've said it in some of my videos about our to-do lists feel like they're ever growing. We can be easily overwhelmed by everything that's going on and you're not even sure where to even start. And you already might be trying other methods like day theming, where a particular day means you do a particular task, or the Pomodoro technique, video coming soon. There's multiple ways to approach getting things done, but Eat That Frog is something that can easily assimilate into your current workflow. And don't worry, there's no literal frogs that need to be eaten in that process. And the reason it's such a good process is that it promotes deep work. Like I said in the previous video called We're Overworking, we're definitely in a world where we can be more distracted. We have more emails going on, we have more Zoom calls and team calls to join, we have more things that demand our time. But by prioritizing that big task or that frog at the beginning of your day, or that best work hour or work hours for you, it allows you to get focused in the zone and hit a workflow to be able to knock off and prioritize actions that need to be done. And the reason it works so well and promotes deep work is because it allows you to schedule and time block your time. By doing the most important tasks, or the tasks that you tend to put off or procrastinate on first, then it allows you to be able to tackle the smaller and quicker tasks that you find super easy. For example, for me, I hate reading through letters. I don't know what it is, I just hate them. I find it so much easier to go through my emails or reply to things and whatever on my laptop. I hate reading through letters. I know it's super important, but filing them away, I just tend to put that stuff off. So when I do procrastinate on that, I normally find that frog staring back at me. And you definitely don't want that frog to be lording over you into the next day. And your frog might not be like mine, it might be cleaning the house. Doing the hard thing is the thing that will give you the feeling of like the richest reward after actually doing it. And I know we definitely shouldn't be promoting a sense of like toxic productivity. We don't need to be hustling and working until our health and so on deteriorates. We should definitely prioritize rest, but don't let rest stop you from doing the things that you actually need to do. If you want to play PlayStation or Xbox or do that thing, and you know that frog is something that you need to eat and you don't, you might be resting or doing the thing that brings you instant gratification, but you won't feel fully rested because you know that you actually should have eaten that frog. So prioritize the frog over rest in some cases, because doing the thing that is the most grueling or most difficult in terms of tasks anyway, sometimes gives you that great feeling of like a reward or like you've overcome something. As I said before, it will set you up for the rest of the day. The reason it sets you up for the rest of the day or evening is because it's super flexible. It's a method that can be used at the top of your day. I like to wake up super early and get things done, or you can do it overnight. So if you're somebody who's like a night owl, you study at night, do it at the times that work best for you, because it allows you to take advantage of those best working hours. So you're probably thinking, cool, Eat That Frog. I know exactly what that is, but how do I put theory into practice? Well, as I've been saying throughout the video, you definitely need to prioritize your most important tasks. And you can use the Eisenhower matrix to do that. This matrix looks at 4 different sections: the important and urgent, important and not urgent, not important but urgent, and not important and not urgent. It can be easy for us to do the not important and not urgent stuff, as I said before, like scrolling social media, playing games, and push the important and urgent things to the end of the day. But Ideally, we would do the important and urgent things first and then move on to the different sections that we actually need to prioritize. So have a go. Practice putting things into those different sections, and that will actually help you to identify all your different types of frogs, the different sizes, and what you can eat first and what you can save for later for lunch. And when you do find out what that most important task is, allot it some time. Whether it takes 30 minutes to 2 hours, 1 hour to 4 hours, it might even be that that most important task needs to be done throughout the whole day. Put it in a time scale for yourself, make it a smart objective, and focus on it. By doing so, you'll be able to feel like you've accomplished something towards the end, and you've said it down, you've written it down, and you've gone ahead with it. If it helps, break that frog down into smaller frogs, into smaller tasks. Instead of having a task like clean the whole house, write down things like take out the bins, dust the windows, clean the floors, mop the floors. By having small and clear objectives within the task itself, it helps you to get through that and feel like you're making progress, and it's not like an overwhelming thing. If it helps, make a to-do list. I use Analog by UckMonk. It's an analog system that files things from today, tomorrow, and someday. I also use Todoist on my phone, my laptop, and my Apple Watch. Let me know if you'd want a video about some of the things that I have on my devices, like a what's on my laptop video, where I can go through the different apps that help me to get things done. Let me know in the comments below and I'll make that video. So another tip that you might find helpful is to plan ahead. And no, I don't mean overthink, I simply mean plan ahead. So you might have a big work meeting tomorrow, and that's the most important thing. That's the biggest frog that you're going to face the next day. What might help is to pack your bag the day before, instead of running around in the morning and feeling like you're impeding on the time for that meeting. By prioritizing the task a bit the day before, you set your future self up in ways that you wouldn't even imagine. If you take anything away from this video, it's to definitely eat that frog first thing. And first thing, like I said, maybe at the beginning of the day. You might do that at 9 a.m. as your first task, or it might be, as I said before, you're a night owl and you actually want to do that at the best working time for you. Just make sure that you prioritize that. Hopefully this video has been helpful. Let me know what your frog is in the comments down below. You never know, somebody might have a similar frog and also has some tips and some tricks that can help you out. And if you're feeling stuck, you can check out this video here that I've made about how you can feel unstuck and some things that we can do to help ourselves. Thank you for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Peace.